So this week I wanted to come back with a new video and just to kind of, it's been on my mind for a while, but I wanted to see if it was possible to just kind of do a full face with just using one palette. So I have, this is the Morphe, as you can see, and this is the 35H. And so I just like this one because it's got like a lot of neutral colors in it. And so I was just always wondering that, you know, when we ever do travel again, if I would be able to just kind of get away with just bringing this and a little bit of products for like the whole trip and see if I can just kind of get away with that and do the full face. So this is going to be an experiment. Nothing is ever, you know, rehearsed or scripted. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is helpful to do that, but I just kind of like trying things along with you guys just to kind of see, is it something that's doable or not? But I have a feeling I might be able to do this. So if you like videos like this, just makeup tutorials, I do also DIYs for the home and just skincare videos. If that's something that you do love, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave those as well. I love all of your comments, and I just thank you for joining me. Go ahead and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into this. So these are some of the products that I used. I wanted to kind of just start off with moisturizing the skin. I wanted to use a serum, just, you know, having on hand, just, you know, a face mist. And also I've just been loving the Glossier Future Dew, just an all over skin prep, just to make the skin look really smooth and supple. So just going in and moisturizing the face just to kind of have like a really smooth finish. I was gonna use just an all over base before I started everything, but lately I've just been using the Glossier serum and it's been amazing. I highly recommend this. It just gives a really nice moisturizing and just dewy finish, but it's not oily, but very moisturizing and just creates a really smooth canvas. So just going in, I really like this color. It just had that nice brown but terracotta color finish. But yeah, I just wanted to try this and kind of see how it would turn out as a base, and surprisingly, I really liked it. Gone ahead and I've used just the first base color just to kind of put all over my face, and so far it's not too bad. It's a little bit more of a red tint than I'm used to with my other foundations, but it's not something that is too off, and it actually is giving more of a cooling tone, I guess. It's really nice, but so far, I mean, it's covering up, you know, some of the blush, you know, blemish that I had right here just from, you know, period and things like that. But I mean, so far so good. So I think what I'm gonna try is to see if I can use a lighter color as a concealer underneath and just kind of see how that goes. And so for all of these, I am gonna be using just, you know, brushes for everything. I don't think I'm gonna be using, or I'm gonna need to use my sponge for anything, only because a lot of these, I mean, they're just dry. So I'm just gonna be switching between like just bigger brushes, medium size, larger ones, just to kind of do blending, but just kind of sticking with all of my eyeshadow blends, or brushes, I should say. So just going in with this lighter beige color, I thought that that would be a really good option just to kind of highlight, you know, the under eye and just kind of create that, you know, highlighted look that I would use normally with a concealer, just to kind of see if that would work. This is definitely, you know, an experiment just to kind of see if this would work at all. And so far so good. I mean, you know, more on the drier side because it's not a concealer and has that more, you know, of a wet look. But I figured I'm gonna go back in and kind of set it with, you know, setting powder anyway, so why not go for a powdered finish? Now, yes, it's looking a little crazy right now, but just kind of going back in with the excess of the brown powder or eyeshadow just to kind of clean that up and blend it in really well, just to kind of seam those two colors together. So going in with that darker brown color, and of course because I wanted to use it for my brows, I wanted to spray just to kind of give it more of a wet look as if it would be a brown pencil or like my favorite eyeliner pen in black brown, just to kind of give the same effect. And of course it wasn't exactly how I would want my brows to be with the eyeshadow and spraying it, because I just feel like with my brow pomade and everything else, it just gave a better finish. But of course, for experiment, you know, in the fun of experimentation, let's not give it a try and just kind of see how it worked out. So it wasn't too bad, but not one of my favorite brow looks. And then what I went ahead and did is just to kind of clean up the under eye, I used just a little bit more of the same eyeshadow color that I used for my concealer, just to kind of highlight underneath the brow bone. And also going back in with a bigger rounded brush, I'm going to be using the same color that I used for my brows, just to kind of, just to contour. It was dark enough, and I know it comes off a little bit crazy. I probably should have definitely used a different brush, but don't worry, this will be fixed. But I just loved that it was just a really nice dark brown that I would normally use to kind of contour and just, you know, add a little bit more shaping and, you know, things on the face. So, and also with that, that's the same thing that I used for just to contour the nose as well, but just kind of using another brush just to kind of blend that all in, just to kind of make that a little bit more seamless. And now for the eyes, I wanted to just use more of a flat eyeshadow brush and just kind of go in with something a little bit more dramatic. I just absolutely love the gold in this palette. So I just wanted to kind of start with the inner corner of the eyes and just kind of doing, you know, that cut crease, I guess, you know, type look. Just, you know, to brighten up the inside of the eyes, or, you know, the corners of the eyes, and then always kind of fading out to something a little bit darker. I know that's always my go-to, but I just love the dramatic of having that, you know, winged look a little bit of something a little bit darker toward the outside of the eye. And now just taking that same color, I wanted to kind of just put a little bit on a smaller brush and just kind of bring that gold down to the tear duct and that inner corner on the bottom lash line. And then following that up with, you know, bringing down a little bit more of that darker blue towards the bottom and then bringing that out. And then going in, once again, just wetting a eyeliner brush this time, and then just kind of dipping that into the same dark brown eyeshadow, and then just kind of creating more of a wet look so that I can do an eyeliner. So just kind of starting on the outside of the lash line and just kind of putting that as close to the lash line as possible, which just creates, you know, a thicker lash line look, especially if you don't like wearing false lashes. It just kind of creates a more fuller look and just adds a little bit more of a dramatic look to your eyeshadow look too as well. And then going in with my absolute favorite mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, and I think this is the Carbon Black. But just lately I found myself, there's, you know, more and more times where I just kind of like to fill in my lashes or just kind of, you know, put an extra coat or two on my lashes, but not so much do the whole false lash look. I don't know, sometimes it can get a little tedious for me. I just see others that look amazing with them on, but I just want to be able to know that I can go through a whole look or a whole night and not have any of the corners lift up. But I just like the look of natural lashes. And so I've just been kind of moving a little bit more towards that look more and more. And now just going in with a different color. And of course I will be marking these off so you guys can kind of see what colors I'm using. But this I thought was a really great cheek blush color. It was just not too bright, just definitely warming for the skin tone. I just really liked how that came out. And then also going back in with a highlighter on the tops of my cheekbones as well. So for the lips, I wasn't quite sure how this was going to come across. I knew I pretty much had this, the right color combinations going on. And so I kind of started with this and just kind of grabbing just all of the shades that I thought would look really nice together. And then of course, just kind of going in with that same dark brown color that I've been using for the brows and also contouring, just to add a little bit more of a neutral tone, because I didn't want it to be too red, but I thought it turned out really well. So just taking some of that Vaseline with, the shavings of each of those and kind of mixing all of those together, and then just using a lip brush and just kind of, putting that on. And I thought the color turned out beautiful. It had the nice hint of red, but still that shimmer of the pink. And then it was a great undertone to have that dark brown eyeshadow in with it, just to kind of tie it all together and tone it down and make it look like a really nice nude lipstick, but also just a hint of red, but nothing too much. And I just loved how it turned out. It looked beautiful. So just going in with the quick spritz just to kind of set the face, but I have to say I am very pleasantly surprised. This turned out so well, and I'm so happy with this look. And it just kind of shows that you can kind of downsize a lot of those products and just get everything that you're looking for in one palette. So I am pleasantly surprised I was actually able to do this. It was always something that I was wondering about, if I can actually do it and just kind of get away with doing a full face with just one eyeshadow palette. And as you can see, I did it, and I'm very excited, and I'm even more excited about this lip color. Like, just mixing those three colors together with the Vaseline, it's not only moisturizing, but just gives a really nice natural, almost nude, just shade to it. But I love how everything turned out, and this can be done. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and just join in on all the videos that I do. Again, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you and your time, and I will see you in my next video.